Chill Filters Cocktails with Cold. Today we are going to make something based on our weekly episode of Chill Filtered. We're going to work with Redbreast 12 Cask Strength. It's an Irish whiskey. And I thought, what can I make with an Irish whiskey other than one of my favorites, a whiskey sour? So I'm going to take you step by step through how to make a fantastic whiskey sour with Irish whiskey. But you could do it with bourbon. I actually prefer with bourbon typically. Rye works fantastically. So what we got today, first of all, I'm just going to go through. We got our shaker, both tins. We have an egg, and we're going to get to that in a second. We have our whiskey. We have a good amount of ice, and I like to go a little more on the ice than I did for other drinks. Of course, my old-fashioned glass. I freshly squeezed some lemon juice in this little container right here. Got our spoon specifically so we can scoop out nice little cherries. And we got our jigger, we got our strainer, and we got our 2-part sugar, 1-part water simple syrup. Keep in mind, actually, one thing. Is that we don't want to mix the egg with the lemon juice or the whiskey until towards the end. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually break the egg, and I'm going to use kind of a straining method for the yolk, because we want the yolk, or we don't want the yolk. We do want the white. So we're going to break the egg here, split it apart. There we go. We're going to let all the egg whites go into the container there. Before I put the lemon juice in, one of the things I want to do is kind of break up the egg white a little bit. So what I'm going to do is close the jar and just give it a light shake. I don't need to go crazy on this one. I don't need to bring, like cowbell into this thing. Now, we have 1 egg white. We're going to work with 1 ounce of lemon juice. So I'm going to rock that right now. Pour out 1 ounce. Fresh squeezed. So I took my 1 ounce of lemon juice per 1 egg white, and then I also am going to use 2 ounces of whiskey, in this case Irish whiskey, and I'm going to go ahead and put it with that lemon juice. So 2 ounces. We got a 1, and we got a 2. All right. So now we got those 2 going. We also need some sugar, and we get that with our simple syrup, 3/4 ounce coming up. Pour that guy in there. Going to let it sit there. Meanwhile, what I want to do while that drains out, I'm going to take out 2 cherries and I'm going to put them in my glass. Man. And that's why we have a towel. Grab my little spoon, and I don't need to wait till the end for this. For a whiskey sour, it doesn't need to be the last step. I really love how these cherries can really actually improve the taste of the sour itself. Next thing we need is ice, and then we'll get us shaken. So first, I'm gonna add the ice to get mostly through the mostly full on the smaller shaker thing, and then I'm just gonna go at it right here and go for it. Now you really want to go at it with this one, because what you're going for, especially with the egg white in there, is kind of a really nice frothiness, and that's the purpose of the egg white, is really for texture. So I'm going to grab that, separate it, use my strainer, and right here we have a fantastic looking whiskey sour. Now you really want to go for that like cloudy texture. And then when you pour it all in, you really want to see a nice frothy top. And as you can see, there's a really nice layer of froth that's even still like forming in there because of all the bubbles from the bottom. And right here, we have an Irish whiskey sour. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time.